To find the slope given 2 points, we're going to use the slope formula, which is this up here. And again, it's the second y minus the first y, the second x minus the first x. So when we have our points here, we typically make the first one the 1, so x1, y1. And the second one will be the 2, so x2, y2. So that formula says m equals, we're going to put our second y, so 7 minus our first y, which is 4. And then our second x minus our first x, so 5 minus a negative 2. Right here, though, we'll notice that there's a minus and negative. So when you have minus and negative, that's going to change to plus. 7 minus 4 gives you 3. 5 plus 2 gives you 7. And that's the slope. So on this one, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Our formula is 10 minus 6, negative 1 minus 3. 10 minus 6 is going to give us 4. On the bottom, negative 1 minus 3, they're the same sign, so we're going to add it and keep the sign. Gives us negative 4. Divide that, that gives us negative 1. Up here, I wanted you to notice that if you have 0 divided by a number, that is going to give you a slope of 0. If you have a number divided by 0, that gives you undefined. Something that you can use to keep these in order is that if you have this 0 over k, that is okay, you can do that. If you have this 0 on the bottom, that's k, that's a knockout, you can't do that, that's undefined. For the next example, it says write the equation of a line given 2 points. So this has 2 parts. The first part is we're going to find the slope like what we did up here. The second part, we're going to plug in the x, the y, and the m, and then we're going to solve for our b value. So for the slope, x1, y1, x2, y2, I'm going to plug in 1 minus a negative 1 over 9 minus 6. On the top part, that minus and negative is going to change to plus. So that gives us 2 over 3. And that's our m. So now we're going to solve for our b. And we're going to do that by plugging everything in. By choosing one of the points, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to choose the one that has the 2 positive values. And we're going to plug that into y equals mx plus b. So in this point, the y value is 1. The m is 2 over 3, and then the x is at 9. So we're going to start off by doing this multiplication right here. So if you have a fraction multiplying a whole number, we're going to put that over 1, and then just multiply going straight across. So 2 times 9 is 18, 3 times 1 is 3. And then we're going to divide that because it divides evenly, so 18 divided by 3 is going to give you 6. And then it just has one more step to solve it. So we're going to subtract that 6 from both sides. Get b equals negative 5. And now you have everything to write your equation. So y equals our m, then x, and then our b. For number 7, same thing. We're going to label everything x1, y1, x2, y2. And then for our slope, it's the second y minus the first over the second x minus the first. We're going to check our signs. So they're both minus and negative, so they're both going to change to plus. Then we're going to get 18 over 6, which is just 3. For this one, I am going to choose the 4 and the 14 to plug in and find the b. So our y is 14, our m is 3, our x is 4, and then plus b. We're going to do this multiplication right here. So 4 times 3 gives you 12. I'm going to subtract that to get the b by itself. So b is equal to 2. And now we write our equation. So y equals m, which we said was 3, x, and then plus our b. And that's how you would write the equation and find the slope given 2 points.